All right, I'm here today with my dad Neil and with his sister Judy, Judy Hocking. We're all fortunate in the fact that we're actually going to Gallipoli and also joined by my cousin Annie Shea. So the four of us are all lucky ballot winners. So I guess I just wanted, seeing that we're all here today, just to have a chat about the trip and sort of expectations and I guess thoughts, a little bit of thoughts about Gallipoli. Dad, you've been to Gallipoli before, but never on ANZAC Day, and Auntie Judy, this is your first time. Mm-hmm. So I guess so what are your expectations for the trip?
The first time I went, it was very, very moving. It was very, very cold, and I was really humbled by it. This time I think I'll be much the same, only a lot more. Really looking forward to it, and on this special occasion, and I just don't know how to go with it because even talking about it, I feel humble about it.
Yeah, I probably feel the same, pretty emotional about it. And I just think that, in our possessions, in both Neil's and mine and in Uncle Marcel's family, we've had a lot of information about our grandfather. And at this stage, we're only just starting to get it all together, which is a bit of a shame that it hasn't happened before. Yeah. But the good thing is that it's happening now. And I am so looking forward to it, and I just think it will be incredibly emotional. Yep. And I am taking poppies with me because I not only intend to put them on my grandfather's grave, but also I've got the names of some other collie boys, and I'm going to try and find their graves as well.
Oh, excellent.
And I'll take photos of those and send them back to the collie people.
Yep.
And they didn't even have a photo of grandfather, so they've got that now, and they've put up a display that they've got for the 100 years. So
that'd be good.
I don't know what to expect. I'm expecting it to be a pretty ordinary experience as far as the crowd is concerned and the conditions. But that will just sort of pale into insignificance when you think of what it means to the family. So
I guess just on what you said there, the fact that we don't know a lot, and we probably know a lot more than some families, I suppose, in the sort of the story on of Eugene, our grandfather and great grandfather and great great grandfather from Addie's perspective. But did you guys actually hear any stories about him when you were children, or know much about his story as you were growing up, or has it only been in later years?
In the later years, I've never didn't know anything.
All I knew, and I can always remember knowing for as long as I can remember, that he was buried in Gallipoli.
Okay.
I knew his name and that he was buried in Gallipoli, but no other information at all.
That was about it.
Yeah.
Was that just because it just wasn't spoken about, or just kids were seen and not heard at that point in time? Or?
Yeah, probably all of that, but I don't think we asked either.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever asking, and I don't remember ever being offered any information either. But I think that was just probably a sign of the times where a lot of things happen in families. And
well, I guess it's part of that whole thing where this whole ANZAC sort of thing took a bit of a back burner probably 20, 30 years ago, and the last 25 years since the 75th anniversary, it's really ramped up and it's become a big thing now, a much bigger thing, especially with the 100th year one coming up.
Well, when Dad passed away and I found all those old photos, I asked Uncle Bill and Auntie Dose, and they couldn't help me at all, and they said the only one who could possibly help you would be Dolly Dodd in Western Australia. And that's where I sent them all over to her, and she did write on the backs of a lot of them that she knew, but she also knew a lot of the families that were still in Collie, or at the time the families that actually came from Collie. Yep. And that was amazing. And look, we're still learning things about those photos today.
Exactly.
Yeah. And before you go on, I just wanted to say that I wouldn't be going if it wasn't for Annie getting her name in the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me that,
and me too with that. So.
And to me that is really special, being going with my granddaughter. I just think that is. It blows your mind when you think a young girl like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And as Annie you passed the story on to Annie as well?
Oh, yeah,
and
she's getting, yep. Yeah, I keep telling them every time
I
see them. Probably think I'm a boring old thing, but
You mentioned before, Auntie Judy, that you're planning on taking some poppies. I was going to ask is there any sort of special things that you sort of plan on doing when you're over there? I assume you will go and visit your grandfather's grave. Dad and I probably won't get a chance to this time because we're only there overnight, but we've been there a couple of times before.
Yep.
And you mentioned the collie things. Is there anything else that you're sort of doing?
As part of our trip, like we're the whole family staying, well, that's Linda and Annie and Nathan and Chas and myself are staying in Istanbul for the first week. And in that week, Annie and I go to Gallipoli.
Yep.
So the week after that, we're travelling around Turkey, and the last part of that trip is to spend time in Gallipoli on the way back to Istanbul.
With the guide and do it privately.
Yeah. So
away from the crowds and
I'd imagine there'd still be a lot of people around even a week
not
after.
as many on the.
I'm hoping there's not 10,000. So no, just basically, I'm hoping on the day that we can have a bit of a look around, because there's a long time when we'll just be standing around waiting for buses. Well, I won't be just standing around waiting. I'll be prowling around and having a bit of a look.
Yeah, especially on the way back, I suppose.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to add about the trip, or anything else you sort of thoughts or?
No, really looking forward to it.
Yep.
That's the times that we initially when we found out that we were going to go is a long way away, and now all of a sudden it's here.
It's only a week away.
We just want to go, go and have a good time and enjoy it, and have all these good memories that we're going to have.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cool. And taking lots of photos, and everybody you talk to wants to say, "Oh, I want to see your photos when you come back."
Everyone
talking to Macca about that.
Yeah,
that was really exciting for me,
absolutely.
because that was just blew my mind that I could do that.
Yep.
And when we come back, I've been asked to speak to several functions, so which is good. Yeah, just small groups.
Yeah,
one of the local community event, but the other ones are just small groups. So.
And if you think about it, out of our population, there being there's only I think 8,000 Australians and 2,000 New Zealanders sort of fortunate to go, and that's including the VIPs. So we're a small percentage.
And one thing that I have found absolutely amazing: it doesn't matter who you mention it to, whether they be young, old, or anywhere in between, they are all really thrilled to know that you go. I know somebody who's going, and they all want to know, to let me know how it goes, because I'm really interested, and they're just so pleased that for us that we're going, and so pleased to know somebody, and when they see the ticket. What I call the Willy Wonka, the golden ticket. I've got a Willy Wonka golden ticket. They're really chuffed, and I've had people who've said, "Oh, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." And look, I'm feeling all hot just thinking about it. And that's come from complete strangers. It's been really good.
Absolutely.
And even people that I sit next to at the footy, that I don't know anything else about them, but they know. They said, "Oh no, that's really good. I know somebody who's going to be there." So it's really you get a lot of really positive feedback from everybody you mention it to. And believe me, I've mentioned it to everybody.
Absolutely. Well, look, I know we'll hopefully catch up when we're over there as well. But it's going to be great having so many people from our family certainly being there, and obviously we'll keep track of everything on our blog page we've got set up, which is Ozanne ANZAC 2015 at wordpress.com. So we'll put all the information on there. So thanks a lot for your time, and
a commercial.
It was a commercial. So have an awesome trip, and we look forward to sharing it with you guys.
Who's your sponsor?